Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. And welcome on into a special edition of From Day One, the recap show from last night's part 2. If you haven't watched it, please do. There should be a little iCard popping up in the top right-hand corner for that particular episode last night, so you can know where we're left off. And we are over on the Kraken's server for this, as I'm taping this at about 6:25 in the morning. This should come out just before episode part 2 tonight to match up where everything is. So, to give a quick recap, Mr. Delete Laws, we've had him on before. He was the individual who had his court case where the judge basically lambasted him for live streaming the case after being told not to, and believing that he shit in a stink with a law officer. Where we were in part 2 last night was talking about his travel stream and appearance actually at the facility with Team Skeptic, Blue Bacon, and Tony was along with us. Unfortunately, due to certain power issues with the local electrical company, I'm not going to mention their name, they don't deserve it because they didn't provide the correct power connections. We unfortunately had to cut that particular episode short, and even when we tried to restore after the first time we got power back, power went out again. So I've now had to grab snippets from what we've missed to conclude out. So what we're going to do is we're going to march along here in the morning in Dominion in the Kraken server. We may get delayed a little bit because I am also actually running the guild war for the Krakens at the moment as well. Everything is set to the point, but it may get a little bubble peering down on that chat deal saying somebody needs something or we need to shuffle something, and we may go from that. But for now, we're going to pick up at the first of our clips of Mr. Delete Laws. This was of the live stream that was happening live at the same time while Skeptic, Blue Bacon, and Tony were talking. Let's begin.
Everybody in the chat to move away. If you're watching on mobile, put the phone down. Okay? If you're on your desktop, stand away from the fucking computer because you're gonna break something. He has 5 pieces of solid evidence against police officers that have been sexually abusing people. All 5 pieces of hard evidence are stories that people have told him. He needs that phone because he did not dictate the stories on paper. That's hard evidence, guys.
It's not even hard evidence, it's hearsay.
Yeah, that's right. That's his whole reason for gripping and whining that his phone was seized, because it has 5 stories on it that he didn't care to write down. Hearsay stories from other probably individuals / frauditors. Now, these guys are going to go on and talking about it for a little bit of time, and I am going to play some of their talking about it, but then we are going to move on after that to, as I like to call it, the 2 biggest pieces that we should actually look at. One, the reason in time that he proved himself to be the biggest POS in the universe, and then 2, his actual arrest. So, I'm going to go back to Team Skeptic, Blue Bacon, and Tony as they talked about that particular revelation as it appeared during the stream that we unfortunately got disconnected from due to power.
It's hearsay.
Yeah, well, Well, no. I mean, we do need to. So the testimony of a witness, even if that witness is the victim, that is evidence of assault. But
Sure. He can't present it.
So, well, you can present it. You can present victim testimony. Copies of victim testimony don't really count for much, but victim testimony is admissible. But if you're going to bring charges based on somebody making a complaint that they've been assaulted or whatever, then that is presumably going to be evidence that you're in order to get charges laid, you're going to have to present your evidence, which means that this can't be that confidential, right? You can't go up and say, well, we want charges brought against this individual because he did something bad to someone. Well, are you going to tell us what he did? No. Are you going to tell us who he did it to? No.
Yeah. And if you're going to be if you're going to be making an evidential statement, make it to somebody that matters, not some dude named Chili on the internet.
Yeah.
Because that'll get you nowhere.
And if it is just witness testimony, he should have recorded it in some other medium. This is completely nonsensical. The story that he's spinning here, and if he had such delicate material on his phone, why does he go around committing crimes all the time? He drives while filming himself. He trespasses. He publicly conspires to destroy information. If he's got such fabulous information that is necessary to debunking, to destroying this entire corrupt administration, why is he so reckless? Why is he needlessly breaking the law at every conceivable turn?
Yeah, and you would think he wouldn't use that storage device of the evidence to actually use it in the commission of a crime so that it itself becomes evidence.
Yeah. It's just idiotic. Either this person is a complete moron, and having talked to him, he's not that stupid, or he is delusional. He is delusional. He believes things about himself and about reality that simply aren't true. And that's why he gets himself into these that and his addiction to attention. He's got to be the center of attention everywhere, so he goes out and he does these attention-seeking things.
Yeah.
And everybody on his channel comes up and tells him how brave and important he is. So that feeds into his pathology right there. But just step back and look at reality, right? The reality is the government doesn't kill witnesses. Anyway, yes.
Yeah. Let's let him. Let's hear what he has to say.
Well, I've popped off a few, but
Sam with King Valley Transparency, of course.
Now he's auditors. Of course, auditors are following him. Yeah.
So we're gonna fight this.
But I'm not an auditor. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm in my own special chili bowl
no,
category.
I didn't shut down my website. I did not shut down my website. My website is not shut down. I mean,
how could you ever shut down something that sells indestructible paper, Chili?
Yeah.
Is my website working?
Indestructible guy.
Tell me, is deletelaws.com working?
That's the other thing for y'all that don't know. Lately, Delete Laws has been making the claim that if you print his pamphlet, it's free. But you have to have a printer, so you got to go find a Kinko's, whatever the fuck, But if you buy it from him, from his website, he'll send you indestructible paper. His pamphlet will be printed on indestructible paper. He's breaking the laws of physics while at the same time removing the regime that's in office.
Mass accountability is in the house. What's going on, Mass Accountability? I subscribe to your channel as well, brother. Wow, it's amazing.
His website is down.
All of them are auditors and sovereign citizens.
Now the web. I just sent off an email.
Yeah, but those are his brother cousins over there that he's talking to.
He's right. He's right. We're all peasants. Every one of us. We're all peasants. They don't care about us. Do you notice that? Hey, I'm not gonna block you, bro. You called me a peasant. You're spot on, brother. You're spot on.
He blocked me though.
This commoner right here.
Who's he talking about?
I'm not gonna block you.
Peasant anymore, and I'm gonna do the bidding of the future.
Somebody over there called him a peasant. Which one of you guys are over there hurting Alpha's feelings?
All right, we're going to move ahead a little bit.
Janitor, because the janitor was doing his job and it inconvenienced Chili in his live stream. Fuck him. Fuck him. I ain't got no fucking sympathy for that piece of shit. Well, that's a lie.
It's never. I don't
Didn't he have a
He's gonna
no-knock arrest? Didn't he have a no-knock warrant?
He has.
Reading anything about
He's got a string of arrests in Oregon. He's got a string of arrests and convictions. In Oregon, we got Alaska, Arizona, California, Texas, and Denton, Texas, I think it is. All over the country. Just a lot of arrests. Most of it actually, technically a lot of his stuff is traffic related. But he has a few things that are like, oh, convicted for theft. Oh, convicted for stalking. Oh, look, here's a restraint or a protection order, a long-term protection order in Alaska. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's a long history. To the Chili fans,
Okay,
he is
hey.
lying to you.
Look, okay, hold on. Since we got Chili fans in here, well, we're going to do something real quick, guys. We're going to change it up just a bit, okay? 1 second. I'm going to show you guys what your boy Chili does and what you find acceptable. Okay, so give me 1 second to mute Chili completely. And give me 1 second. I'm just going to get it to the point.
One for each of you. And I've got 5 lawsuits. One for each one of you.
Yeah, shut up, dumbass.
You, Mr. Butler. I'm not yeah.
When it got to this point, I was like, yep, no love.
3 p.m. classes, I want a court date.
Yeah, this is where he failed to understand how to file lawsuits.
Yeah, and the Ironton. Yeah, see it. The first thing, oh, he's got him. 3-day challenge.
Look, here you go. Man, I got jokes for days, guys. Look, here it is, right here. Look. Hold on.
I have nothing to be on camera.
All right, so now we're going to move ahead to actually where it is. That jump cut is here.
Here, I'll turn the audio off while we talk, but I'm going to fast forward it until I get to that part because I can't just skip at intervals that are... Sorry, but I want to show this part because it shows what kind of person you guys glorify. Okay? Very important to know. And you know what? The sad thing is the people out there, they're gonna watch this and then they're gonna find an excuse. They're gonna be the ones, and this shows the intelligence level of these people. Okay? When they see this, they're gonna find a reason to still like the guy. They're gonna be like, oh, but he should have been allowed to talk to the janitor that way. Yeah, he was trying to stop his First Amendment rights. Fucking Alpha can't fucking even handle somebody vacuuming right next to him.
Epic foreshadowing.
Here, but he's an accomplice. And just so you guys know, the effective date of this...
Here, we'll just watch this instead.
1970, July 1st,
because this,
1970.
it's going to come
were
up.
all created before there was transparency. All the rules...
And the janitor took it like a champ. He was like, look, man, I'm just doing my fucking job, man. He's like, no, you're trying to silence me. I know how you work, pig. Guy's not a fucking cop.
Not a bunch of me. I think he had a...
Don't you have this, snip separately for like a video you're going to be doing?
Allegedly. Be sure to say that.
The judge is only conference call spring cool. That's all I know. So how long is that conference call going to last? Because I need him to allow Terry to serve these. Yeah, I'm not his boss. Oh, I understand that. I'm not his boss either. He's the foremost man of justice.
So yeah, so for those of you that want to know what's going on, he is now trying to get a judge to stop his day, to certify his friend to be qualified to serve the people that he wants to sue. He's like, is the judge not going to fucking take any time off? Is he not going to pee? Can you not just come down here and sign this document for me? Yeah, that's exactly how that works, Chili. 100%. That's exactly how it works. How did you...
Well, I pay his salary.
Right. We're like when he said in my debate, he's like, that's my car. And I was like, your car, really? Well, go get in it. I said, I'll pay. Look, I said, if you film yourself, I'll pay your bond. He's like, shut up. Hey, you're just saying that. Yeah, but you're the one that said
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. You're being ridiculous. I was like, no, you're the one that said it's your car. You're the one that's being ridiculous. I'm the one that's being logical here. It was an easy win.
You flattened him.
Yeah, let me. I'm trying to see how close I can get.
So do I need this and I need this? This is my receipt for $100. Okay, and then so Judge Ballard, Judge Ballard, B-A-L-L-A-R-D, the judge's name is Judge Ballard. Judge Ballard has to anoint Terry worthy of serving paperwork. You have to be worthy to serve a simple piece of paper on camera. That makes a lot of sense. So just go to the third floor, sir. And then
Well, you gotta know what the fuck you're doing, that's for sure.
I need one what number that is. Here, yeah.
Wish I could probably look to see how long my recording is, because it was like right at the end of my recording that I was making before it downloaded this. Let me see how long that was.
All right, go ahead and take a look.
Number right there. We're going to find out about the law in America today. Thank you. Appreciate you, sir. Third floor elevator, sir? Thank you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Okay. It's at 1 hour and around 1 hour and 14 minutes.
3 p.m. process today. Anybody has a color printer? And make sure you guys bring down extra ink if I need to chip into the ink. I will chip into the ink. I want everybody to get a copy of that trifold. I want to print it out. I want you to have it with you. I'll use your rights around what can only be considered tyrannical. What can only be considered a for-profit criminal justice system. As you can see time and time again, they're profit.
Oh my God, where is this? 59:15. Okay. All right, I should be able to. It should be coming up, I think.
Yes, sir, you can. Judge Ballard. Are you the judge? You're a police officer? You're a bailiff. Okay, sure. I need Judge Ballard to anoint Terry to be able to serve my
It's like the best way to listen to him.
Yeah, can we do it even faster?
He says I need to anoint Terry worthy. God, he's so lost in everything that he does.
You didn't know that you could just win cases with charisma? Come on.
Oh, hold on. I know what to do.
With his teeth, I'm obviously correct.
Look. I got it right here because I've recorded it.
Nice.
Perfect. There we
I
go.
was thinking. I was being a moron.
Run it, skeptic.
What address is that?
What? I've been spooked.
Excuse me, I'm trying to do my job. Yeah, I know you are, but I'm doing mine right now. You're not gonna hide. You're not gonna hide transparency. You ain't gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna get out of your way.
Did the idiot just say to a janitor trying to vacuum the floor, you're not going to hide transparency? Run that back. Oh, that would be me running it back because, well, this is pre-recorded. Let's try it again.
Let me do this. Here we go.
What address is that?
What? I've been spooked.
Excuse me, I'm trying to do my job. Yeah, I know you are, but I'm doing mine right now. You're not gonna hide. You're not gonna hide transparency. You ain't gonna.
Yeah, the fucker did say that. You three, what do you got to say about this loser?
Gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna get out of your way. That ain't gonna happen. You ain't doing that. It ain't gonna happen. No how, no way. Back off. I don't give a damn what you are. You're not.
Yeah, that's your idol. It's not done yet. Just want to remind you, you Delete Laws fans, that this is what you support. This is the type of guy that you support. All right.
I'm right here, right now, while the people are getting transparency. That ain't gonna happen. I don't give a damn. You can go do it somewhere else. It's that simple. Back off. You ain't gonna vacuum right here while I'm showing transparency. This gentleman right here is trying to hide transparency. This gentleman right here is trying to hide transparency. Ain't gonna happen. You ain't doing it.
Trying to do his fucking job. How about that, Chili?
You're in the vacuum right here, right now.
Fucking piece of
There's
shit.
1,300 people watching. I will identify you if you don't walk away. I'll put this in your face. I'll show the people who you are.
Yeah, because that's cool.
I'm having
right?
a problem here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not harassment.
Okay, I just want to stop there. So, this is a man who professes that he is not violent, right? This is a man who and this is both emotional and legal violence. This is violence on this person. It's also violence in, you are stopping this individual from doing their job, the job for which they are paid. It's economic violence on this individual. This is an extremely violent pattern of behavior, and he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care, right? He said, according to his own words, He doesn't give a rat's ass about other people, and he doesn't give a rat's ass about how much he's obstructing them, how much trouble he's causing them, because he is more important than they are. He's a grotesque narcissist, and that's where that feeds into this persecution complex and this entire fucking charade. He's just a very ugly individual once his pathologies kick in.
I can't argue with that. If he really cared about continuing to talk to the people in the live stream, he would have moved to the other side of things. Right? Like, oh, this man is vacuuming here? Okay, there is nothing but space elsewhere. And then if he follows you, cool, now you've got a story that makes sense, right? Like, yeah, now you can say, oh, they're trying to, the vacuum is intended to, et cetera, et cetera. But guess what, dude? Go somewhere else and then see what happens. Just because someone's doing their job does not mean they're attempting to stop you from doing what he claims is his job, which is kind of ridiculous because pretty sure you can't run an office in that building without permission. Not that that's what that technically means, but your job, which doesn't take place in the building by design, does not supersede the job of the people that are actually paid by that building to conduct.
Yeah. And that guy, like, the last thing he's thinking is that somebody's live streaming. He doesn't care. So, I mean, he's got a job to do. What's he supposed to do? Just not do that part of his job until you're done live streaming and out of the area? So now he has to go home late because his job's been delayed because of you, because you want to live stream, because your perception of what your First Amendment right is to live stream supersedes his duty to do his job, what he gets paid for. Fuck out of here. That's why I'm saying I had the slightest modicum of sympathy for that guy until I saw this. And it's not even over.
I am being told.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What?
No, I am being told that the police are watching his live stream at the moment, which I think is hilarious, and good luck to them.
He's so delusional. He's probably like, I don't care. Let him watch. Okay, yeah, keep committing crimes. Keep talking.
I kind of hope.
But this is the other pincer of what they're doing. You remember that guy who got arrested for walking up behind a policeman doing a traffic stop, right?
Yeah.
And tried to get him to go over there. Yeah, there's no problem with auditing per se as long as you're prepared to work with other people. But instead, he discommoded the police officer. He discommoded the person who was getting the traffic infringement, wasting his time because he wasn't getting enough attention, and he felt like he had to horn in, make himself the center of attention, get attention focused on him, get some views and whatever. And that was all he was in it for. And he didn't care what inconvenience he was, projecting onto the people around him. It was his gratification of his need for attention that trumped everything.
Yeah, fuck this guy. This guy's a piece of shit. Listen, I talk. Look, we're not done. Because remember, guys, this is a peaceful guy. Also, when you watch his video, this 4-hour live stream, everywhere he goes, he's sure to tell people that he's not filming them, that he would never do that to them, that he's not that kind of guy. That's what he says all the time. And then he does this guy like this, threatens to fucking put him on camera and show his face and expose him to his crowd. For what? Doing his job? He don't give a fuck about you at all. You're the last thing he thinks about. He's over there trying to get dust off the ground, not fucking shit off the wall.
You're going to vacuum over there is what you're going to do.
Yeah,
don't you ever try it again. That gentleman is right there.
I don't
you ever try to hide transparency again, you dirty pig. Don't you ever do it again.
Oh, look at that badass right there.
Wait, does he not know that the janitor is not a police officer?
Fucking finds an old janitor to be rough and tough with.
And again,
I can't wait till someone kicks his teeth in. I can't wait till someone kicks his teeth in.
But that's a threat, right? That is a threat. Don't do that again. That's not only an order, which he objects to being told to do anything. Anybody who tries to tell him to do something is some sort of tyrant. but he can order around people who are doing their
Well,
goddamn
he pays their
jobs.
salary. Don't forget, he pays their.
Except he
and
doesn't
when he
pay taxes.
and when he says don't do it, and when he says don't do it again, all what? There's only one answer to that all, and there will be some form of violence, right?
Yeah.
It's clear that this is physical intimidation. It is clear that this is violence.
Well, he's
And,
clearly a
he
hypocrite, and he's
claims that it
clearly
isn't.
a bully. And there's no.
Yes.
He can say it till he's blue in the face that he's non-violent, that he's not a bully. He even says in his video, he's like, I watch back sometimes, and I look at mine, and I say, man, I lost control there. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those times, Chili, because that guy didn't do anything wrong to you. Fuck you doing talking to him like that, you fucking piece of shit. That's all we're gonna watch of that. I just wanted everybody to be reminded of the piece of shit that he is. And now we're not gonna go through the whole thing, the whole live stream. It's 4 hours long. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll just get to the good stuff. The last few minutes are all that matters anymore. Blue bacon.
All right, so can you actually show us the
We'll watch
main?
the last 6 minutes or 7 minutes of his video.
Noise.
Oh, we'll slow it down though.
He tried hard.
He's still gonna
Harlan
sound like a
tried hard.
chipmunk. I'm not giving him regular
hard.
speed.
A lot of people tried hard to do the right thing in the Supreme Court, but it's 9 people, and most of those people are bad. So it's fraught with racism. It's all through it. It's a Swiss cheese of racism. Is
He
the
just
Supreme Court.
talks and talks. There's
So,
people that
I know
are
that
watching
feedback.
him in person right now.
And I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna hold it.
Oh, this is funny right here. Watch what he says. Oh,
I'm gonna
wait.
hold it a little longer.
No. Let me tell you why this is funny. Right? He says, I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm going to hold it a little longer. No, you're going to hold it a lot longer. You're going to hold it a lot longer, Chili. Like, you're probably going to hold it at least until you get to the booking station, alright? Like, at least that, unless you're just going to piss your pants in the back of a cop car. I mean, I guess you could always do that. Super alpha of you.
We have this right. We have a right. Yes, we just read it. You have the right to peacefully protest. You have a right to peacefully protest. We are peacefully protesting here in publicly funded buildings. You're welcome to come down and observe the protest.
Stop it right there.
You're welcome to come down.
Stop it right there. Okay, I have a right to peaceful protest. I do not have a right to peaceful protest in Blue Bacon's living room, right? If I come into Blue Bacon's living room and I try and protest there, Blue Bacon is within his rights to say, well, this is my property. How about you get your fat bald ass out the front door? And if I don't do that, he'll call the he'll call the
Come here and
he
we'll
would be
find
within
out.
his rights to call the police. This is exactly analogous, and this is something that these people simply seem incapable of processing. You have a right to peaceful protest. You don't have a right to peaceful protest wherever you want to do it, right? You have to pick somewhere where you're allowed. A closed building, you're not allowed in. That's trespass.
Many
Go on
times
peaceful protest somewhere you are allowed.
permits as well, and they don't ever
Yes.
really can take that into too much consideration. That many types of protests require you to get permits to have, buildings stayed open or shut down, things of this nature that he didn't actually bother to go do, which is what's guaranteed to you by the Constitution. A constitutional expert would know this, you would think. But I've been wrong before.
He's not.
Observe the peaceful protest.
Exactly, I've been
I'll
wrong
teach
before.
Constitution. 5 o'clock. The class is starting. Okay. So,
Wait a minute, classes start at 5 o'clock? He ain't protesting, he's teaching.
here's the first thing you do.
So okay,
when you
hold
see
on.
a
We gotta
police
stop
officer,
it.
the very
real quick.
first thing that you do is
So
you
what did he say just now? He said 5 o'clock. Class is starting, right? So 5 o'clock is when the building closes. So he's not protesting. He's holding class. He's teaching. You can't do that. You cannot take the building and say the building's going to stay open so that I can teach a class. That is not protesting. That's being a jackass.
Mm-hmm.
your phone out and you film him. That's the very first thing that you do. And you announce, I am filming you. I am filming. I am using my First Amendment right. What's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you do? What's the first thing? First thing you do, you see a cop walk in. What do? You pull your phone out and you film him. That's the first thing you
military
do.
flags are behind him.
Very first thing. What do you do when you see a police officer? You pull your phone out and film him.
Oh, look at that.
You can even say,
Time on the
respectfully, officer, I'm going to film. With respect,
Yeah.
you can say,
Closing
I back police,
time.
but I'm going to film you. I don't care if you're in 7-Eleven, at the grocery store, Special K. I don't care where you are. You film cops. At all times, you film cops.
Special K is a cereal. I think you might have meant Circle K.
Like, cops eat, right? Like, I guess he doesn't understand that. So if you're sitting at Applebee's, Chili, with your family doing, you know, your imaginary Thanksgiving dinner you have with your imaginary family that doesn't talk to you anymore, okay, and you see a cop coming in, do you just stop eating your imaginary stuffing to start filming him? And then what happens if he leaves and you get ready to eat and then another cop walks in? Are you just going to stop eating? And
hold on, babe. I know it's our first date. I'm not going to film these guys.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get a quick snack while on duty.
Little do you know, blow-up dolls don't talk back, so she just sit there and go,
Just got a little leak.
Yeah.
Never stop filming. There's the first lesson of the class. You're in 7-Eleven. You're in Speedway. A cop walks in. What do? You film him. What do you do? What do you do? Cop walks in Speedway. You film him. You tell him, I'm filming you. If you love cops, you go, sir, I'm filming you. Sir, thank you so much for your service. I'm filming you. You always film cops at all times.
Service.
At all times.
That's not what you say to me.
Cat says he's an incel.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me. You're welcome. God bless you.
Building's closing, sir. You guys have to leave.
We're not leaving. We're protesting.
I think the word is trespassing.
Yeah,
You can protest.
exactly.
That is correct. The password is trespassing. Ding.
Protest.
You don't have a right to trespass. Yeah, you're right. I like that. I think the word is trespassing.
If the police come, you tell. Okay. Now, here's the second thing. So you have the first thing. You film cops. The cop walks up to you. He says things to you. He asks you questions. He threatens you. You say to him these words exactly. Am I being detained or am I free to go? Step 1, film. Step 2, cop says to you, what do you do? Am I being detained or am I free to go? That's the only thing you say to the cop. Am I being detained or am I free to go? That's it. If he doesn't
I don't
answer,
have a
walk
problem
away.
with that.
Yeah,
Because that is fair. Right?
that's
Like,
an
filming the
answerable
police.
question. Yeah.
Yeah. So generally, like, filming the police, I have no problem with that. I have zero problem with that. I've been filmed while doing my stuff, and it was weird because I was on military installation. And so, like, do you let them film? Do you not? What's in the background? There were very specific rules for us that we had to know about being filmed. I had no problem with it. I'm pretty sure there are videos of me doing my thing out there somewhere. No problem. But don't go up to the officer. Just stay in your lane. Don't get in their way. The second thing is he's saying, am I being detained or am I free to go? That's a very valid question, because if you're not detained, you don't have to stay there. If you are detained, okay, good to know. You cannot leave. That's very important stuff. The problem is officers will answer that, and then the person will continue asking, well, am I being detained or free to go? Like, bro, you're literally in handcuffs. What do you think? What do you think you are?
The issue is that what he's suggesting is simply don't communicate with the police officer. Now, police officers, when they turn up to an event or an incident, they're going to try and resolve it. In order to do that, there needs to be constructive communication between the people in the incident and the police officer. And what auditors do is that they shut down communication. They make it impossible to communicate with them. They ask pointless questions. They willfully misunderstand plain language statements by the police officer. They just try and cut off communication. And once that happens, the situation can only go bad. The police officer can't work with you, or the law enforcement officer can't work with you if you won't communicate with them, if you won't make your intentions and purpose plain, and if you won't understand what they're doing, there can't be any communication, there can't be a resolution. So they're setting out to undermine what's happening. And this is a revelation that I had the other day. Their entire playbook is completely antisocial because society is based on cooperation and trust. But the auditor, the frauditor playbook is based entirely on paranoia and
distrust.
willful failure to cooperate.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, here we go. It's getting close to the good bits.
Terry is detained. Terry. It's Terry versus Ohio. That's what Terry versus Ohio is.
They shut the lights off on him.
They killed the lights on us. It's fine.
Now his skin isn't glowing as much.
That's
He's
perfectly
gonna
fine.
have to put some applicator on. Some glitter.
We're protesting. Oh, here comes all the cops. Film them.
Okay. Ah! I didn't do that, did I? Okay.
Good. Now we can actually have it in regular volume. Put it
Maybe
up.
I just caught it right as he was swapping over to his other thing. Let me get it. I'm gonna put it on 100 times or regular speed so we can catch this in 4K.
Building's closed. Okay, sir. Thank you for telling me.
Building's closed.
God bless you. Building's closed, sir. You guys have to leave. We're not leaving. We're protesting.
Go ahead. Call him a dirty pig.
You can protest. You have the right to protest.
He's licking his
If
lips
the
like he
police
doesn't
come
believe
and
it.
tell.
This
Now,
is
here's the
quite
second
away.
thing. So you have the first thing, you film cops. The cop walks up to you. He says things to you. He asks you questions. He threatens you. You say to him these words exactly. Am I being detained or am I free to
This
go?
is literally hands-on
Step
training
one,
right
film.
now
Step
for
two,
his
cop
class,
says to you.
right? Because like they're about to come and arrest him right now. Everybody get your phones out. Do what I say. Did you learn?
Watch me do it wrong.
Pop quiz class. Everybody get your. What do you do when the cops approach?
All right, so I've robbed a bank and we're waiting for the police to arrive. I want
Terry
to
is
do
detained.
exactly what I've taught you.
Yeah.
That's what Terry versus Ohio is. It's detainment. They
So
killed
how
the
am I
lights
gonna
on us.
protest
It's fine.
in the dark?
That's fine. They killed the lights. That's perfectly fine. We're protesting. Oh, here comes all the cops. Film them all.
Okay, Jose M. DeCastro.
Yeah.
Cease and desist your disorderly conduct or you will be arrested.
Not fucking around. She walked up and took control of the situation.
Yes, she did.
We've been prepping for this for days.
That is an alpha. That's an alpha right there.
That is
She's
top of
an
the
alpha.
day.
He's not. He stopped and began complying immediately.
I'm more than willing.
Jose M. DeCastro.
Yep.
Here you are.
Damn.
Vacate right now or you will be arrested.
I'm more than willing to go with you.
Jose M. DeCastro. You will?
If you're going to arrest me, if I'm under arrest, I'll go
You
with
will?
Let's do it.
Okay, come on.
No, I'm not. You're not putting my. I'm willing to go.
You said
I'm not.
Hang on, I got
this. You're not going to be towards. Don't
Sir, this way.
I don't need to. I'll go with you. I'm not going to attack anybody. I'll go with you. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But you don't need to torture me. They're arresting me.
Don't fucking torture.
They're arresting me. They are arresting me. They placed me under arrest as a law-abiding citizen. I will go with them. There's no need for me to fight anybody. I'm not going to fight you. I have no weapons on me. I'm no danger to you.
Your stupidity
I
is
want you to know
danger.
I am protesting. I am protesting. I want you to know I'm protesting. I'm peacefully protesting.
arrested.
I'm not going to.
No, this is his quality.
You're not a man.
They don't get good Wi-Fi
I'm gonna
back
go
in
with
that.
you. I'll go with you. Stop it. I'll go with him. I'll go with you.
Listen. Hey,
Bro,
Sounds awfully
you think they weren't going to put you in handcuffs?
I'll go to jail. Listen,
Yeah.
it's because you're not going to torture me in torture cuffs. I'm not nobody torture you. You're going to torture me in the back?
He's saying
Go ahead,
nobody's
do it. Give
torturing
the mark.
we have
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen,
Listen. Okay, put it on. I tried to put him in front from the beginning, and you're let go of me, pussy. Let go of me. Let go of me. Tell him let go of me.
What was that? Hold on. What happened?
Pam,
What
wait a
happened?
minute.
Was that a cop? that said
Yeah.
that to him?
There was a cop.
Oh my god. Hold on. We got to listen to that again.
Unprofessional, but
We
Awesome.
deserve.
I'll allow it. Poor Alpha can't handle it.
Torture you in the back? Go ahead, do it. Do the mark.
We have
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen,
Listen. Okay, put it on.
I tried to put him in the front from the beginning, and you're
let go of me, pussy. Let go of me. Let go of me. Tell him let go of me. I'll put my wrist together. Tell him let go of me. Pam,
Wait a minute.
let go of me. I'll put my wrist together.
Let me put this on, and we'll let go.
Let go of me, and I'll do it. Don't, McKnight, let go of me. I'll put my wrist together. Can I turn my phone off, please?
Okay, your phone's been seized as evidence.
I need to turn my phone off.
I'll take care of that.
I'm more than willing to go with you. You don't have to torture me. Torture me. Don't
This
want
is
to torture
beautiful.
me. I'm more than willing to
The
go
black
with you.
screen.
Let me turn my phone off, please. And like a gentleman, I'm treating you with respect. I haven't cursed at you or screamed at you. Please let me turn my phone off.
I think the respect train left.
Oh.
I think the respect train left a long time ago.
I think the respect train left long ago.
There's no evidence. It's a live video. I'm going to turn it off. Please allow me to respectfully turn my phone off. Let go of me. We have a problem.
Yeah, wouldn't that would be considered evidence, wouldn't it? Because he was filming.
There's a bit of information on that, but this is almost done.
All right.
Just let me turn it off, Cam. No, you can't do it that way. It's not done properly.
And
that, I believe, is the end.
Yeah. Lee Law's getting arrested.
So, regarding whether or not that is evidence, it makes sense to seize the phone initially and not give it back to him. First of all, you're going to take everything off of him anyway while you're handcuffing him. That's just how it is. You take everything out, you inventory it. However, as far as evidence goes, they have to seize that for evidence, and then once they realize that they can, or once they confirm that they can get it off of YouTube, they probably could return the phone, unless, of course, they're trying to take more information off of it lawfully. There was a concern that he wanted to get the phone so that he could make the entire live stream private so that nobody could grab it, which only helps the police in their sort of seizing as evidence, because if he has the possibility or the capability of doing that, yes, they have to take it, so he can't do it. Once that stream has been acquired by the police, that's the only thing they want. At that point, it just goes with the rest of his stuff as inventory material until he's released. However, apparently they didn't do that. According to him, he still has a phone, so I don't know what he's using or what phone this is or what's going on. But if they still have it, there's a good chance there's more that they want to get off of it because of allegations of other criminal activity that he has conducted that he may have evidence of. For example, possibly his trespass onto school property or his entrance on school property that got the schools locked down, that sort of thing. If they are trying to get information off of it, they will need a warrant. Now, Chili has said that he wants to get all that information deleted before they can get into the phone for various reasons. If he suspects that they're trying to get information off that phone that is of evidentiary value against him, that is a crime. And his statement of that is a real big problem. And the police, to my knowledge, are aware that he's made that statement and have taken precautions to make sure it isn't deleted. Do they want anything else on the phone? I don't know. It may be possible they just haven't finished the paperwork on getting it out of evidence and back to him. Or perhaps once they seize it into evidence, they cannot return it per whatever the legal procedures and rules are in that area. It's possible they can't return it until the conclusion of the trial unless Chili files specific paperwork for it. There's a lot of stuff it could be. There's a lot of ifs. There's a ton of ifs. But it definitely is weighing against Chili as far as the legality of his statement that he wants to delete that evidence or that he is attempting to delete that evidence. So there's a lot of things it depends on whether or not they're going to charge him for it, but it's certainly not going to look good for him at the very least. It may be used in his current situation to indicate that he is a possible danger to I don't know what. But could he be charged with that? That 100% depends on what the police were planning on doing with the phone and what the intent of Chili's actions would have been. So there's a lot, but it doesn't look great.
I'd like to address one of his problems, which was with being handcuffed. Now, it used to be that people weren't routinely handcuffed when they were taken into custody, and it used to be that officer discretion was permitted about whether or not when and where to apply handcuffs. But once you've taken custody of an individual and you are moving into, say, an elevator where you're in a very confined space with that individual, if they have bad intentions that they have previously masked, they can incapacitate, harm, or kill the police officers in very short order. The police officers are not well defended in that area.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's the argument that they have a weapon, like a pistol, but at the same time, there's also the argument that at such close distances that the pistol becomes less effective. And
what if the person gets the pistol off one of the officers? It's so in order to guarantee the safety of the maximum number of people, and that includes police officers and members of the general public, we have adopted a policy whereby it is standard procedure to restrain an individual once they've been taken into custody. And we all accept that this is the price you pay for having broken a law that required the police to show up and detain you. It happens to even, I was just thinking today of Sam Waterston from Law and Order, who got arrested for participating in a climate change protest, got handcuffed, got taken away. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how peaceful you are, when the police come and take you into custody, you get handcuffed and you get led away. You don't get special consideration. You don't get Mallory is, those aren't mustard stains, no.
Mallory, what up, homie?
We can't
you don't be in the same chat for specific reasons, but
you don't. You do not get to say, well, you can't cuff me because I'm a special snowflake. No, everybody gets cuffed. You're the same as everybody else.
But you forgot to say
the thing with that.
I'm an alpha snowflake. It's different.
Yeah, he's alpha. He's top tier stuff.
Top tier.
This is Robert Snow level thing. Anyway, the guy who photographs, it doesn't matter. So as far as him being like, you don't need to handcuff me. Well, excuse me. In Team Skeptic, I'm reading the stuff. Team Skeptic, you had your debate with him. You had your debate with him, and he was saying, I could have put those officers on their ass if I wanted to. That's why you're in handcuffs, champ.
Yeah, no, I saw your video.
You couldn't keep them.
That was
He's probably threatened these officers in the town as well. Like, I'll take you in a cage. I'll beat you any day. He's probably done that because he does that all the time.
Yeah,
so of course they're gonna put him in handcuffs.
When I watched your video, the moment you said that, I was like, God, man, that this is why people like yourself and people like Kick and y'all, the logic that you have, that is, it's almost like common sense, but it needs to be said, when maybe somebody who's out there going, yeah, why do they put people in cuffs? And they don't see it from that perspective. And then you mention it from your, from an officer's perspective, or I don't know, are you still active or ex-officer?
I still hold the title.
Okay.
I do not actively engage in law enforcement. I am still 31 Bravo military police, though.
So
it's just that my role is not. No, it's National Guard stuff. So yeah, I wish. It's National Guard stuff, and I don't do the whole road work through that. So I am still military police.
Yeah.
I just don't like to call myself active law enforcement because I'm not technically actively enforcing the law. Although I do still technically have the title.
But you were right, though, about that. You're right. That's the reason that someone like you needs to be in handcuffs. Because you have that mentality to begin with at a traffic stop.
And there are tiny people who will mess you up. Little chimpanzee, like, oh, they're so small, and rip their face off. I've seen it. Not the ripping of the face, but, like, there's some... I used to do combatives, and there's this one female who was just, like, the most motivated soldier. My God. She wanted to go, what did she want to do? Ranger Special Forces, something like that? She could have made it, no doubt. I couldn't beat her. She couldn't beat me because I had, like, 100 pounds on her. But she was, like, she knew what she was doing. Tiny people can fight. You can't judge a book by its cover. Now, speaking of things he said in your little debate, him saying, like, oh, what am I going to do? Hide a tiny little gun? I have a video that I've been trying to release for, like, 2 weeks, but YouTube keeps taking it down because I have a video that we've used for training where a guy wasn't searched properly and snuck a gun in, and no matter how much I blur it, to include just making a black screen. YouTube's like, no, we know what that audio is.
Is that the
That's
one
a
where
man killing himself.
self-deletes? Yeah, self-deletes.
Yeah.
And they
so I'm
searched him.
trying to make. Oh, they thought they searched him.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
someone did like a minimal search, and then
Yeah,
they thought it was a full search when they brought him in. To like 2003-ish. What
But
happened?
that's
We use that
why
for
it
training.
can get past that.
Yeah.
It can get past
It
fucking
can.
your normal, like, just looking at somebody, a cursory search, like a visual search is not good enough.
Not going to
You
tell
know?
you. And one of these days I'll put the video
And I
out
mean-
and make it within standard, but
You'll never get that one out, bro.
So,
But, okay.
this is the thing. It's like the laws we have. We have laws against various things because we tried not having them and we got bad outcomes. So we learn from that. And, we adjust. We do things that protect the rights of the maximum number of people. Now, I'm not saying that we necessarily do perfectly on that, but we do a lot better than we used to. But there's absolutely no excuse for just abandoning all laws, abandoning all regulations, and just saying, well, everybody can do what the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's what they're. He's advocating. His position is that all cops are bad. Okay, let's assume that we go his route, right? We get rid of all cops. Who are the cops now? Are those bad guys now? So do we just bring in a whole nother group of people and then go, okay, those are the bad guys, get them out, and then a whole nother group comes in and go, those are the bad guys, get them out. I mean, do we recycle people at some point?
Alright, I think that's going to be enough, guys. I was expecting this to be maybe about a 15 to 20 minute recap pre-show, and we've actually ended up being a full 1 hour episode instead. So, well, 50 plus. So we might actually end up just making this its own episode instead. Which in that case, let's do a really, really quick. No, let's not, because we already covered that. Let's go ahead and just wrap this bad boy extra up, and might actually appear as a part 2 by itself. We'll see. Like, share, and subscribe. Get us to the goal of 50,000 views, 1,000 subscribers. Suboxy over Nexters and YouTube will pay attention to us. CoinBase, Ibotta, and Game.gg are all available. You know the drill, so I won't bother with those. And until next time, make sure you release the Krakens, hence the name in the top left corner, as we rock along here from day one. Have a great day, everybody.